I'm Leticia Walker, and I'd like to share with you my recipe for Dreamsicle Cheesecake. Remember when we were very young and they had those popsicles, they were dreamsicles, creamsicles, or whatever? I love them. I absolutely love them. So I thought, cheesecake, ice cream, dreamsicle, creamsicle, oh my God, how great would that be? So I set out to see if I could create that taste in cheesecake. And by George, I think I've got it. So we start with some Philadelphia brand cream cheese, of course. 32 ounces. Whipped cream cheese, please. It works best with this recipe. Believe me, I've made this so many times while I was trying to figure it all out that I can safely say whipped cream cheese is the way to go. So get that all in there like that. Try not to make a mess. I do that quite often, actually. So 32 ounces is actually 4 of these 30-ounce containers. And after we get all this cream cheese in here, we want to add some sour cream. Oops, one more cream cheese. There we go. We want to add some sour cream. 1 container, 16 ounces. Dump that all in there. Alrighty then. Now we want to add some butter. 1 stick, which I believe is a 1/2 cup. All of these items, of course, should be at room temperature when you start this recipe. Believe me, it's so much easier to work with. Then we're going to take the mixer, and we're just going to mix this up a bit. Well, that's all nice and mixed up for you. Now we're going to add sugar. 1.5 cups, which I've already measured out to make it easier, save some time. 6 tablespoons of cornstarch. Oh. What do we got here? 4 tablespoons of vanilla. I love vanilla. You know, when I used to date when I was much younger, I used to put this behind my ears, sort of like perfume. Guys loved it. Those were the days. Now I think we should just put the cheesecake behind your ears. They love that too. So, along with that vanilla, we're going to put 1 tablespoon of orange extract. Just 1. Oh, and this is the part I do love. 1/2 cup of reminiscent. And I have to tell you, I had a great time tasting my mixture of the extracts and reminiscent to get the flavor I wanted. I might say I got a little tipsy. So we have all those things in there, and then we're going to mix it up again. I have to tell you, this smells so good. To mix it up a little bit. Move those beaters around. Now, we have to add some eggs, 6 of them. You should add them slowly. I'd say 1 or 2 at a time. I add 2 at a time. I know that some people add 1 at a time when they're making cheesecakes. I do it because I like to make sure the eggs are all mixed up in there, and I like to know where they are. So 1 or 2 at a time so you can keep track of the eggs. Works for me. So let's try that. Just have 1 egg. Now we're going to mix that up. Well, we got everything in here. It's in here, especially the Grand Marnier. The Grand Marnier. So, we've mixed in our 6 eggs, and now our batter's ready to go into our pans. Now, before I even do any of that, I want to tell you that this batter can be used, like I'm going to use it today, in 2 actually cake pans. And I use a graham cracker crust when I do it in the cake pans. Or you can use them in a 9.5-inch spring-form pan. It makes a luscious, lovely, beautiful, this thick cheesecake. And then, of course, you decorate it, and, you know, we make it however you want to make it to be very cool, very wild, very chic. I make that a lot when I'm having company, especially the holidays. I use the spring-form pan. But this is a good everyday thing. Same batter, just a different pan, different look. Okay, now, I have taken some graham cracker crust. I've made a graham cracker crust, actually. And it's a standard graham cracker crust, I say, to taste. I don't like to follow those recipes on the box. I like to add my own little stuff. And it's basically butter, sugar, and graham crackers crumbled up. So I have that in 2 pans, and now I'm going to pour my mixture in. I baked these crusts for 10 minutes prior to adding my mixture. Okay. Woo-hoo. And prior to putting the crust down, I also greased the pans. However, I didn't use Crisco or anything like that. I used butter for flavor. It's flavor, and it's just more natural to me to eat with the cheesecake. Okay. Now we're going to take these and put them in the oven. So we're going to bake them for 35 minutes, and we'll see you in 35 minutes. And here we are, 35 to 40 minutes later, and we have our Dreamsicle Cheesecake. Ooh, it smells lovely. It tastes luscious. I did have to take a little taste. Here's a slice of it, which I have garnished with whipped cream and some fresh orange. I hope you enjoy this as much as I do and my friends. They love it. I love it. It's just fabulous. Now, I did want to clear up a few things because I told you that you could use this mixture in a spring-form pan, 9.5-inch, and yes, you can. However, if you do bake your cheesecake that way, you need to bake it in a larger pan. Set your cheesecake, your pan, in water about halfway up, and bake it that way for an hour. And then you're going to turn off your oven, and you're going to let it sit in the oven for about an hour. Then you're going to take it out and let it cool on your counter. And then in a couple hours, just stick it in the fridge. And in like, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours, it'll be good to go. It'll be even better the next day. Anyway you slice it, it's dream. So, enjoy. Bon appetit.